Hey guys, and welcome back to another Cricut video. In this video, I will be showing you how to make this cake topper, which is a 3D shaker cake topper. So let's jump right in. So here I am in Cricut Design Space right now. And as you can see, I already have the design for the cake topper right here, but I want to walk you step by step on how to create this cake topper. Now, I originally created this design over in Adobe Illustrator, but you can also use Cricut Design Space to design this cake topper. So first what I'll do is to click on the text button and type the name Ace. And then I'm just going to drag this over and make it a bit larger. And the font that I'm using is the Amelia font, and I got it from defont.com. So next I will weld this text together and then go up to offset. And if that looks good, I'll just click apply. And over here, I'm just going to change up some colors to mimic this design over here. Okay, so that part is done. Now for this crown, I already have this crown as an SVG file on my computer. So I actually uploaded this crown to my computer. If you need a crown, you can probably search within the images in Cricut Design Space to see if you can find one for free. You can also just Google crown clip art and trace that crown. So what I'll show you next is how to create the number 1. And before I do that, I'm just going to dissect this one so that you can see all the pieces. So as you can see, I have 3 of these blue ones. The gray one is my acetate layer. And then I also have this cutout and this one as well. This is the trim. The light blue is the trim. And then this part right here is what I use to cover up my double-sided foam tape, which you will see in the next part of the video. So what I'm going to do is to add some text, and I'm just going to type the number 1. Then I'm going to pull it over here and change the font to Chunk 5. And I also got this font from defont.com as well. So I'm just going to make this bigger. I'm going to compare it to this over here. Okay. And so then what I'll do is to make a few duplicates. So I'll copy this and paste it. Okay, so then I'm going to change the color over here. I'll change it to the blue, and I'll do the same here. Okay. Now, obviously, you can recreate this design using any number that you want to. So then I'll change this one to that light gray, which is the acetate layer. And then I'm going to work with this one to do an inset. So instead of an offset, which makes and I'm actually going to do it over here. Instead of an offset, which outlines your design, I'm basically going to move the dowel over to the left so that it can cut within the number. So then I'll click apply. You can see what that looks like. So what I'm going to do next is to basically cut the black layer out of the gray layer. So I'm going to select both and click slice. So now I have this part, which is very similar to this one. Okay. So I'll delete both of those pieces. I'm just going to change that to blue as well. And then I'm just going to make a duplicate of another one. And then I want basically an inset of my inset. So I'll delete that one. And I may have to zoom in a bit for you so you can see. So I'll click the offset button and let's see. Okay. And I may have to play with my numbers over here. Let's try 6. I think 6 looks really good, and I hope you can see that blue trim on the inside. So then I will click the apply button, and then I will change that color to that teal or light blue. Now I can get rid of this one, or actually I need that piece, sorry. Okay, so now we have our light blue piece, which looks like this. I'm gonna zoom in some more so you can see it. So now you basically have all of your pieces. And it was just as simple as that to create this design, you know. Like I said, you can use any number that you want to use. I'm gonna search really quick to see if I can find a free crown in Cricut Design Space. So let's just search for crown. Then I'm gonna click on free. So there are some other crown options in Cricut Design Space that are free. None of them really appeal to me, but like I said, you can always go over to Google, do a quick search, and find a crown clip art and then bring it into Cricut Design Space. So now what I'm gonna do is to show you all the materials that I use for this tutorial. So these are all the materials I'll be using for this cake topper. As you can see, I have already cut out my cake topper, but these are the different types of cardstock that I used. And as you can see, it's just a variety of colors of cardstock. This light blue cardstock is 110 pounds, and all other cardstocks are 65 pounds. And the reason this is 110 pounds is because it's all that I had on hand. So it doesn't really make a difference what weight your cardstock is. And this is the acetate that I used. I did use the Cricut brand acetate, and there are, I think this one comes with 6 sheets, and they are all 12 by 12 inches. So those are the or just everything that I used to cut out my cake topper. As you can see, I do have some double-sided foam tape over here, and I went ahead and slit this down the middle. If you all know where I can get any double-sided foam tape that's a little bit thinner than this one, please comment and let me know where I can get some at. I have some confetti that I'm going to put inside of the cake topper because this is a shaker cake topper. I have a straw. I may not use this to glue on the back, but I also have this little plastic little stir that you can use for drinks, and this is what I'm gonna glue to the back of the cake topper. If I wanted to, I could, you know, glue or stick this inside of there like that to glue it onto the back of the cake topper. I also have my Barely Art glue and some little double-sided foam dots. So I am just about to jump in and start assembling this cake topper together. Okay, and so before I do that, I'm just going to show you all the pieces to my cake topper. So there are 3 of these ones, and I'm just going to add the little double-sided squares to these to make them like 3D. And then I also have this little light blue color, that's the trim. I have this darker blue color, and then I also, this dark blue is to hide my double-sided foam tape. And then I also have my acetate layer that is gonna create my, you know, the shaker cake topper. So what I'll do is to just start assembling these together. So now, as you can see, it's starting to get some definition to it. Okay, so I have all 3 of these assembled together. And next, what I will do is start taking my double-sided foam tape and going all the way around my one. Okay, so I have all of my double-sided tape all the way around my one. And again, if you all know of anywhere where I can get some double-sided foam tape that's about this thickness, please comment down below and let me know. The foam tape that I'm using right now, I got it from Dollar Tree, and that's where I usually get most of my double-sided foam tape because it's very inexpensive. So again, let me know if you know where I can get some thinner double-sided foam tape. So what I'm going to do next is to pour my confetti inside of this one. Okay, and so next what I'll do is to take off the paper from the double-sided foam tape. Okay, so that part can be a bit tricky because your confetti will want to stick to the double-sided foam tape, and just try to be as careful as you can. And as you can see, I have some sequin in here, and I have some tube confetti as well, and I may end up removing that tube confetti because it may make my topper not lay down all the way. So I'm just gonna try this and see how it works. Okay, so right now I have my clear acetate layer, and again, I'm going to try to put it on this cake topper because I do have that tube confetti in there. It may not lay as flat as I want to, so I'm just hoping that this works out the way that I want it to. And one more thing, before I do that, I'm just going to clean off this acetate because I do have some fingerprints on it. Okay, so I was able to get the acetate layer on there. So I'm just gonna press down firmly just to make sure it is sticking. So now you can see the confetti in there. Just gonna wipe it off. Wipe off my acetate again. Okay, so now I am going to put on this blue piece to hide the double-sided foam tape. Okay, so now I'm going to use my Barely Art glue to glue down this blue layer to hide my double-sided foam tape. Okay, so my glue isn't coming out, so I'm gonna use this needle to see if I can get it to working. There it is. Okay, so my top layer is on, and again, with my double-sided foam tape, I see some of it sticking out a little bit, so I'm just going to take my weeder and just push the tape over a little bit just to make sure it's not sticking out from the sides of the cake topper. Okay, so then I am going to take this blue trim and glue it on. Okay, so this is what our cake topper is looking like right now. Now I'm just going to glue my name together and then glue the crown on as well. Okay, so my name has been glued together, and what you saw me doing was just cleaning up some of the glue. This glue does dry clear, but I just wanted to clean it up a little bit. So I am going to hot glue the name to the center of the cake topper. Okay, and then I'm going to hot glue my crown on as well. Okay, and this is what the finished cake topper looks like. So now I'm going to flip this cake topper over and then add the little plastic stick to the back side. And this is the final cake topper, shaker cake topper. So I hope that you all enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, please feel free to leave them down below. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching.